Hello everyone, this is Shubhra Bhatnagar. I welcome you to my channel English Zone. Today I'll talk about the story Bholi from the supplementary book of class 10 English. Bholi is the story of Sulekha, who not only symbolizes simplicity but innocence too. She is a young girl neglected by all due to her unattractive physical appearance. Education inspires courage and confidence in her. It gives her the strength to raise her voice and fight for her rights. She stood up for her honor and self respect in the end and rebelled against the evil practice of dowry system. Now we know about the author of the story. The author of the story is Khwaja Ahmad Abbas. He was a creative and productive political commentator, short story writer, novelist, script writer, and a filmmaker who preferred to call himself a communicator. He was born on 7 June 1914 at Panipat, Haryana. He won 4 National Film Awards in India. As a screenwriter, he wrote a number of realistic films. As a writer, he published 73 books in English, Urdu, and Hindi. His literary work includes Inqilab, The World is My Village, I Am Not an Island. This is his autobiography, A Report to Gandhiji. If we talk about his shorter stories, there are a number of books which are very famous, like a number of stories which are very famous, Sardarji, Panchi Pinjra, or Udan, and Bholi. He left this world on 1st June 1987 in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Now let's see the introduction of the story. Bholi is a work by Khwaja Ahmad Abbas, K.A. Abbas. This story is about a girl, Bholi, who had fallen off a cot in the head. Thus, some part of her brain was damaged and she remained a backward child. She stammered and also had pock marks on the face. Everyone made fun of her. However, her life changed when she started going to school. A kind hearted teacher encouraged her and she overcame her problem of stammering. Now, let's see the meaning of her name, Bholi. The protagonist means the main character of the story. So, the protagonist of this story is a simple girl named Bholi. Bholi means the simpleton. Her real name is Sulekha. She is the fourth daughter of Nambardar Ramlal. Nambardar is the chief of the village, someone who collects revenue from village. So when she was 10 months old, she had fallen off the cot and hit head, perhaps damaging some part of it. Due to this, she had always been a backward child among other children of the village, thus acquiring the name Bholi. At birth, she was fair and pretty, but when she was 2 years old, she had an attack of smallpox, disfiguring her entire body except the eyes. She was neglected by her family and everyone. Now we will talk about the turning points in her life. When a primary school was opened in their village, Bholi's father, who was a revenue officer, sent her to school on a Tehsildar's insistence. And the second turning point in her life is on marriage day, her prospective husband demanded hefty dowry on seeing her marked face. Bholi refused to marry him, told she will remain unmarried all her life, will become a school teacher and serve her parents. Now let's see the role of the teacher and education in Bholi's life. Education played a pivotal role in Bholi's transformation. Her going to the school and meeting with her teacher was indeed a turning point in her life. The teacher proved to be a savior for her. The teacher treated her kindly, caringly, and affectionately. She made her believe in herself by encouraging her to utter her own name perfectly. After pronouncing her name without stammering, Bholi was filled with a sense of achievement. Her teachers pat motivated and inspired her further. She instilled in Bholi's self conviction, which she told her in the near future she would do wonders. Bholi had never heard such encouraging words from anyone, not even her own mother and father. So, this brought about a change in her. Having self belief in her, she mastered most of her deficiencies. Now, let's see the theme of the story. The major theme of the story Bholi is the impact of family on children. Second is Bholi is a little girl who fails to develop self confidence because of her parents' attitude towards her. The story hints at why family support and emotional security are essential for proper child development. Third is also disfigured and disabled children must be given encouragement, love, and education like their normal counterparts. And next is education is very important as it instills confidence in a person and makes him or her independent and aware of his or her rights. Last one is it helps people to take their own decision and realize their worth or uniqueness. Now we see a very important question uh, on this story. Bholi chose a dignified life of service rather than surrendering herself to a greedy old man for the rest of her life. Education provides the required stimulus to overcome one's personal barriers. So, explain the role of education in shaping the child of a life of a child with respect to the lesson Bholi. Or we can ask the same question in a different manner, like how did education change Bholi's personality? The answer of this question may be written in a manner like education brought about a huge change in Bholi's personality. Bholi was a backward child. As a kid, she was a meek girl who had poke marks all over her body and used to stammer. She could not speak until she was 5 years old. Because of these reasons, she was a neglected child of her family. No one cared for her, and she lost all the confidence in herself. When her father was forced to send one of his daughters to school for education, Bholi was the first option. In the school, Bholi bloomed. The teacher treated her with love and care, which she had never seen before. She encouraged the little girl and guided her into becoming a strong minded girl. Bholi learned to read and write and speak without stammering. As a result, she became confident and independent while being aware of her rights. She learned to fight against what she thought was wrong. It was because of her education that she could speak up against the groom and refuse to marry a greedy man. The now independent Bholi told her parents that she would teach at the school and take care of her parents in their old age. This Bholi stands in sharp contrast to the old weak Bholi, all because of her education. Now we will discuss one more question. based on the story. After reading Bholi's story, you decide to write a blog on the importance of education, the girl child, and how it empowers her. Write that blog expressing your views. So we can start writing, or we can write in this question: importance of education, educating the girl child. Right to education is one of the fundamental rights as recognized by our constitution. And yet, in many parts of our country, girls are not sent to school by their parents. For the longest time, education has been treated as privilege which only the boy child deserved, because people thought girls should only focus on household chores and taking care of their family. And because of this lack of education, they have been ill treated even more, for they never learned what is right and what is wrong. This understanding comes from education, and thus it's imperative that we educate the girls. It will help them understand what is good for them and will also empower them to stand and fight for their rights. It will stop the mistreatment as it has done for many. Only then can they be truly safe and happy. Education can also help them become independent, thus helping them become more confident and self dependent rather than depending on their family, which only leads to more ill treatment and resentment. I hope you have understood the story well. Thank you.